Now I'll share my experience with my recent IELTS test. I appeared computer-based test in November 2020. So the test took place on 6th November. So I want to share a little bit of my experience regarding listening. So in my previous video, I gave an overall views about my test. So today, I'll try to make separate, a separate video explaining details on individual, task like listening. Then in my next video, I'll try to cover something about reading, then writing and listening. And I got my result, you know TRF. So that is a test result form that is I received yesterday. I like to show you. So this is my TRF, and obviously I appeared in IPD, but in previously I appeared in Cambridge, but this is the first time I appeared in IDP. So to some extent I felt that IDP is quite comfortable. I don't know, there might not be any specific reason, but I found that the invigilators in IDB, they are more friendly. And as I appeared in a computer based test, that is a CBT, so that's also, their arrangement is also quite friendly. And I found that it is quite homely also, like while you were appearing as on computer, you don't feel that you are appearing, you are appearing test. So it's like a quite, uh, good. So I found, during my exam, I found some difficulties that I will explain. And at the same time, yeah, all of you know that the computer based, test is different than the paper based test. So in computer based test, you have to write everything, on computer, but you'll have a pen and paper. So if you want, you can note something in the paper, but to my knowledge, in fact, you don't need to write anything, anything on paper, because if you are going to write something on paper, then you're gonna lose your concentration, and that gonna, uh, make you difficult to, follow the lecture, at the same time to, follow the conversation and to write. So it's better to write whatever you should write on computer only. But if you do any mistake, you have 2 minutes time at the end, and in between test you get a little bit, time, like 1 minute something. So by that you can, correct your spelling. So the question will be like this way. You will have, options to write, like you see, you can write. So when you uh, the conversation will start, at the same time you can write here. And one thing you have to be very careful, because in like what mistake I have done in my last exam, that is when they give some multiple choice. So in the left side there are few questions, and again in the right side also there are few questions. So what happens, while because you are in stress, so you just looking to the left side, but at the same time there are some questions on the right side. So like then you are missing. So by that I missed two questions on the right side. So when I found that I missed some question on the right side, so then I went to right. By this time they have started to talk about the questions again in the below. So altogether I messed with 4 questions. So that is the, some crucial things. So when you give time, you should, see that the question serials are okay or not, like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it was like that. The 11, 12 was in one slot, like 2 questions. Then 12, 13 was in another slot, then 2 questions. And then 11, 12 to 13, 14, and then 15, 16 was in another slot. So this was the segregation of the question, so that mistakes I have done. Otherwise, rest of the things, it's very easy, like when you are choosing for some multiple choices, you need to give a click. So this you see, you just need to give a click, so it doesn't take much time. So it's quite easy. Like if you do any mistake, even also you can adjust yourself. And most interesting thing is that if you look for the only answer, sometimes it's very difficult. So if you see something they are talking and which is against the or not matching, that is just opposite to the statement, so that time that you can discard that particular option. So that makes yourself easy to select the right one from the rest. So that is also a very good technique to choose multiple choice. And filling the gaps is always, you just listen and you should follow the instructions, and you should read the sentences. So when you read sentence, and then you can understand that what they're gonna say, and according to that you need to fill. So this is very good, like IELTS online test. So here, if you practice, you will have some idea about the computer based test. So another real problem that I faced, while I was appearing listening exam. No, it's not listening. When I was appearing reading exam, that time I faced little bit problem at that time, that my mouse was not working. So what they did, I complained there, and then they stopped my timing, and then they replaced my mouse, and then I started to appear exam again. So there was 2 minutes stoppage. So and I got this extra 2 minutes, like when everybody finished their exam, but still my exam continued till 2 minutes, the amount of time. The examinee stopped my my this computer. So this is the gap. You can you will if any problem happens with your computer and with your mouse or anything, so there is option, the examiner will stop the computer or stop the test, and then again, after repair, they will restart the test. So you don't need to worry about that. So that was the problem that I faced, and that problem solved very nicely. And you should sometime is very like I already covered in my previous lecture. It's like the spelling is very important, and sometimes it comes that they ask they talk, and there are some very 2 3 questions comes that the spelling is quite difficult. So we have to be acquainted ourselves the kind of words they are regularly coming in listening test. So this thing is very important. And another thing is that the plural, and many students doing these mistakes, that for only for s they lose lots of mark. But in one thing is very common, that when there is a probability that there might be s, or you are in doubt that if it is s will be added or not, if it is plural or singular. So the percentage of to become plural is more than the to become singular, because it is the test. So like always they check that do pick the word is. So always I will suggest that when you are in doubt that is it singular or plural, then you should go for a plural. So that then the possibility to become correct, the to answer will correct in the possibility will be more. So that is one of my suggestion. And obviously, like just I am giving you a little bit let's see.
Section 1. You will hear an external student making an appointment with a receptionist to see a counsellor at Grisham College. First, look at questions 1 to 5.
So they said that look at questions 1 to 5. So 1 2 3 4 5. So there is option to to highlight. So you should
You
highlight.
will see that there is an example already done for you. For this question only, the will be played first.
So example will be there, but you should highlight like this way. There is a option of highlighting, and student's number, and then here date, month and year. That year is already given, so date and month, then address. So let's see.
I'd like to make an appointment. Second year?
Right. I'll just get a few details. What's your student number?
027 8804.
0278804. And there should be 3 letters on the end of that.
Oh yes, ext. I guess that means external?
Yes, that's right. Jack Laracy, is that right?
Yes, that's me.
What's your date of birth, Jack?
2nd of May, 1979.
Are you still living in Malden?
No, I moved to Chelmsford last week actually.
What's your new address then?
17 Roxford Avenue, Chelmsford.
Is that ROCKSFORD?
Yes, that's right. The postcode for Chelmsford is CM3 94Y.
Thanks. What time would you like to have your interview?
When are you open?
The office is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., but we can schedule appointments from 8 in the morning through till 7 at night.
That's great. The evening would suit me better.
How about 6 on Thursday night?
Terrific. Do I come here for the interview?
Yes, but because the office closes at 5, the door will be locked. Just ring the doorbell and the counselor.
So like this is the actual scenario, and like you got an idea that this is the way basically in your exam you will find that the listening they will talk like this way, and you need to write it down here in this way, and you will have time to correct it, and end of the test you will get only 2 minutes time to see all of your answer. So like this is the basic information, and in my next video I will try to cover more about this. So until then, take care. If you find this video is helpful, and you are requested to subscribe and to inspire me so that I can make more good video. And as I am new, so still I am still I am not that confident to make videos. So I will try to make something good for you guys. Thank you.